Okay, real. Oh, look, stabbing the dead people, making sure they're dead. Okay, so even though save games are here, we're not going to be doing that. You can do custom battles is basically you can do your own little ship fights if you want. It's not too bad. Sandbox I have never really played, but new campaign. Yes, this game is on consoles. Oh, and also War Sales is currently on sale pretty much everywhere, or at least on Steam. It is on sale.
Years, the Calradian.
We don't need to see that. Like I said, War Sales is currently available to buy over on Steam for sure, and other places, I believe. And on Steam, it's currently 10% off for probably the next couple of days or so. Anyway, so this screen is a little different from what I remember. So we get. Although it's been a while since I looked at a vanilla screen. But Valandian, Sturgian's Empire, Azrai, Khuzaits, Battanians, and the Nords. This is the new faction. This is the one we're playing. Nords are people made by the sea. They're named their home. The Nordvig refers to the icy stretch of glacier-cut coastline that links their scattered settlements. Until recently, their towns were little more than a shrine or market beside a fjord or estuary, surrounded by a palisade. Some make a modest living by farming barley and raising sheep, but those with the mission must venture forth in their long ships to trade, plunder, or fight for hire. So, plus 30% more loot from villagers and caravans, 20% ship movement speed in rivers and coastal seas. I'm guessing that's plus 20% movement speed, I hope. Armies that are commanded by Nord commanders lose 30% more cohesion on land. So that means you're not your individual army, but when you form your bigger armies with other leaders that come in, the cohesion, they break up faster when you go on land. So, dun, dun, dun. Oh yes, the base game is currently on sale too. I think I saw that. Where did I see that? On Steam. I think it's like 50% off or something, which is about time. This game does not go on sale very often, but it's currently on sale. The base game is on sale. I think it's 50% off on Steam, and then War Sales is currently 10% off. Okay, so we've created a new character, the Nords. He's not pale enough, so we're there.
Kill them all!
Too high-pitched.
Victory!
Much better. Do you want to be a tall Gimpy, or do you want to be an average short Gimpy? Let's do an average Gimpy. Wait. Let's do average. Build. It's kind of bulky. Let's go average. And then the face stuff. Again, we'd like to go middle of the line here. Makes it for a more normal looking face in most cases. Skin type. Let's go skin type 1. The eyes. So eyebrow depth. That. It's supposed to be, very average appearance. Not ugly, not good looking. Just kind of average and very middle of the road. And eye color. Now that's gonna be fine. The nose angle. Not too bad. He had 3 new hairstyles and 3 new beards. Yes, I saw that earlier. Frown versus smile. Middle of the road. Can't see the chin. Not going to care about the chin. There. Let's go that way. So, hairstyles. This is one of the new ones, right? That one. That one. I think those are the 3 new ones. Wish my hair grew that long. There's often good at stealthy fast ships with the vehicle propulsion network. Check the skills in the NordVPN troop. And we'll show yourself to the door now. Fluke. Ever do that with my beard? What? That? No, I've never done that. I've never done that with my beard. Could, but yeah. See, this is actually pretty realistic as far as what my beard looks like most of the time. That's pretty realistic. No, not that one. Yeah, that was a more realistic one. Although, my beard's longer than that. This is actually what I'd like to be able to do with my beard in real life, is be able to braid it like this, but I haven't tried. I don't think my hair is thick enough for that. Because that takes a lot of hair to get a braid like that. That's crazy. Actually, that one's actually pretty close. This is probably closest to my beard in real life. Although the hair on my cheeks goes up higher. How long was my beard at most? It's actually, I think, longer than this. Pretty sure my beard comes down to about center of my chest now. I think that's the way it is. Let's see. Yeah, my beard comes down to about right here. Ginger Santa? Not anymore. 10 years ago maybe, but not anymore. I'm more gray than red these days. I'd say this beard is probably the most accurate. Other than, like I said, the hair goes up a little bit higher on the cheeks. And I don't think my mustache is quite that thick. Did it ever reach ZZ Top long? Today is the longest it has ever been. I have not trimmed my beard in quite a while. So it's as long as it's ever been. Like I said, how long is ZZ Top long these days? I don't even know. Yeah, that's not too bad. I wish my hair grew this long. The longest I could ever get my hair on the back is middle of my shoulder blades. About half that length is the longest I've ever had my hair. And genetics has finally kicked in, so my hair does not... Unfortunately, this hairstyle, if it was more bald up here, a nice little bald spot back here would be more representative of what my hair actually looks like. But I still do have the ponytail. Hey, Greyling, welcome back. So, I think we'll go with that. Still too red, though. They don't even have a proper gray in this. Wish they did, but... See, that one's a little too reddish, I think. I think that's more closer to what my hair used to look like. Like I said, mostly... Like I said, nice little bald spot up here at the top, one at the back. Most of this stuff here through here is gray. And then the beard. Basically, the only real red I have is on the sides. This is all gray now. For the most part. Except for maybe right down the middle. Might be a little bit of red. But for the most part, this is all gray through here. Through here. And then there's some red here in the cheeks. But that's about it. And the sideburns are red still, I think. Salt and red pepper. Ha ha ha. Yes. Salt and red pepper. So anyway. Definitely does not look like me in body style, though. don't think I've looked like that in many decades. Anyway, yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so choose our family. We were born as family of the Herser. They are... Oh, that's right. I guess we should look at our... So these first top end of the stuff. So vigor, control, endurance, cunning, social intelligence. These are all the standard skills, basically. They added the new ones down here. I don't know if this is specific to the DLC or the game in general now. I have a feeling it might be for everything, but I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what the DLC is supposed to encompass, but anyway, these are the new skills. We got Mariner, Boatswain, and Shipmaster. The Mariner enhances your personal combat prowess during naval engagements and bolsters your effectiveness in leading troops and employing tactics in sea battles. Governs the well-being and discipline of your... this is Boatswain. Well-being and discipline of your ship's crew, so well as the vessel's overall combat readiness, including rigging and supplies. And then last but not least, Shipmaster. Improves your navigational abilities, the effectiveness of naval siege engines under your command, and the speed and quality of ship repairs and upgrades. So, definitely want to check that stuff out. It's a cool 90s band, the Red Hot Salt and Peppers. Yes. Can you imagine the music that came out of that band? Anyway, so focus point to steward and one-handed. That's one-handed weapons. Vigor. Peddler. I think this is standard stuff. Or is it? Peddlers. So trade and charm attribute. Traveling scalds. So scouting and charm. Point to intelligence. Urban artisans. So smithing and engineering. Hunters. Bow and medicine. Vagabonds. Throwing and roguery. Sailors. Trade and boatswain. Shipwrights. Engineering and shipmaster. So again, shipmaster and engineer go well together, I think. Get a little bit of endurance, which is up here, which helps you with riding, athletics, and smithing. We can live with that, I guess. We'll go shipwrights at first. Okay, as a child, you're noted for your leadership skills. So leadership and tactics, and cunning stuff, brawn, two-handed and throwing, attention to detail, athletics and bow, aptitude for numbers, engineering and trade, people, charm and leadership, skill with horses, so riding and medicine, your uncanny ability to predict the weather, so boatswain and scouting. I care about scouting, though. Boatswain governs the well-being and disciplines of your ship's crew as well as the vessel's overall combat readiness. So, yeah, I probably want at least a point in that. And this, I guess, it starts off with 10 levels of it, so... And we get to be smarter in intelligence, which I help in the long run, too. Because steward is always good to have. Okay, so that. Adolescence. Herd the sheep. So, athletics and throwing. Village smithy, so two-handed and smithing. Prepared projects, smithing and engineering. Gathered herbs in the wild, so medicine and scouting. Hunted small game, bow and tactics. Sold product at the market, so trade and charm. And worked at the dock, so shipmaster and trade. Or shipmaster. Trade get us again? Familiar with the most ability to spot defective goods or tell if you've been shortchanged in quantity. Yeah, let's do a little bit of trade. Okay, as a youngster growing up in Calradia, war is never too far away. You served as a shield bearer to a Huskar. So charm and scouting. Joined raiders as a lookout, so throwing and tactics. Drafted to war as a thrall, athletics and polearm. Stood sentry in the walls of the hold, engineering and bow. Scavenged the battlefield for scraps, so roguery and medicine. Became a war child of the north, so throwing and one-handed weapons. And went serving on a raider ship, so mariner and one-handed. So that'll be our first level mariner stuff. Enhances your personal combat prowess during naval engagements and bolsters your effectiveness on leading troops and employing tactics in sea battles. Yes, we should do that. And also some, one-handed weapons we get to work with, too. Okay, before you set out on a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was you defeated an enemy in battle. So, one-handed and two-handed weapon stuff, one to vigor, one to valor, and one to renown. Saved your village from a flood. So, tactics, leadership, and cunning, valor, and renown. Invested some money in land, so trade and smithing. Hunted a dangerous animal, so polearm and bow. Had a famous escapade in town, so athletics and roguery. You treated people well, so charm and steward, social stuff. So up here. So +1 to mercy, generosity, and honor. Charm is always good. Leadership is non-existent. But steward is good to have. Is there a medicine in here? Leadership, smithing, trade, dangerous animal. Some medicine there. Steward. Sure, do that. Okay, like many families in Colorado, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of an army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, and brother, and your 2 younger siblings. So that's our normal storyline stuff. So you subdued a raider. So one-handed athletics. You drove them off with arrows, bow, and tactics. Rided off on a fast horse, so riding and scouting. You tricked the raiders, roguery and tactics. And you organized travelers to break out, leadership and charm. You threw up makeshift fortification, so engineering and two-handed. It's that new turn-based medieval game. Looks kind of interesting. Hope it turns out good. You need to be a little bit more specific on that one, Brew. I see tons of games all the time. You need to be a little bit more specific. Generator, one-handed athletics. We don't have any athletics. Arrows, bows, and tactics. I should probably work on bow a little bit. There's a reason for working on a bow with ships. So, we'll do that one. Okay. Stuff. Our name. Family name. As always. So culture is Nord, so get those stuff. Shipwrights, all this fun stuff. And difficulty presets. Bannerlord, realistic. Combat AI, we usually do normal, just because I don't want it too difficult. Realistic is bad enough. Enable birth and aging. Yeah, this is a new setting, I think. Choose if the heroes are able to age and reproduce. This option cannot be changed later. If the heroes are able to age and reproduce. I'm guessing that's the people who join us, our stuff. Okay, next you'll be telling me you ain't seen that bird outside your window yet. I see birds outside my window every day. Sometimes they land on our porch to mock rocket. Okay, so hero death the chance. So enable battle death for heroes. Disable for player hero. Disable battle death for all heroes. That's for you guys too. Unless we want to kill off viewers, but usually not enough for that. There's a setting where the game time is sped up so you can do multi-generational aging faster. Yeah, there's a setting in the mods. When you first start up the game under mods, I think there's a speed up option. I saw that and went, I don't want to do that, I don't think. Yeah, it's really, if you don't know it's there, you wouldn't even know to turn it on, because it's not inside the game itself. It's when you first launch the game and, pops up, it says, continue or whatever. And there's those little tabs right above that little window that says mods. You have to click on the mods, and then if you scroll down to the bottom, one of them is time speed up or something like that. I forget the actual name of it. It's also where you turn on the in birth and aging too stuff here. I think that's possible. So anyway, auto allocate clan member perks. No, Iron Man meant God no. I think we're good.
Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue our brother and sister? Are we up for a fight?
Hey, look, I gained level. Do I care about this stuff right now? This is training. I'm okay on the training stuff.
This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush up on our skills.
Now we're good.
Practice could come in handy when we catch up with the raiders.
Skipping the
Are you
tutorial.
sure about that?
Yes, skip the
All right.
tutorial.
Let us split up and look for the little one separately. One other thing, brother. We want people to take us seriously. We may be leading men into battle.
Gave me. You know what? They didn't. And we didn't actually pick the banner. Let's see. The one we want is, where are we? That one. Not a small logo, not a big logo. Or sigil, whatever. Background color. Black usually works. And then white. White. There we go. Okay. So we're skipping the tutorial. There is a little storyline here in the game, in the campaign. Basically, your brother was just talking to you. Your family, your village was raided, blah, blah, blah. Your parents were killed. Your two younger siblings, brother and sister, were kidnapped. And your brother, who's your younger brother technically, he's off, trying to find them. And that's basically the little storyline. You can follow it if you want. You don't have to. But if you do, you actually pick up 3 basically additional people to your clan once you do everything you're supposed to do. Spoiler alert. Basically, you get, your brother, and then you get your younger brother and sister who aren't quite adults when you run into them. So you have some time to, learn what to do and how to, have your children educated and that kind of stuff. If I remember correctly. It's been a while. So, Splendor can't do protect your king, building your troops. I have no idea which one that one is, bro. Anyway. Notification a few hours after you've turned again, you come across a wounded man lying under a tree. It says to stay attacked by bandits, blah, blah, blah. Found an artifact which Tekeos mentioned. Oh, we did this already. You know what? I misnamed Gimpy. I named Gimpy Papillon. So his name is Papillon Papillon. Stealth tutorial. As you rise over the crest of the hill, you shift the salute, blah, blah, blah. However, you are not left long in your solitude as you make a final preparation. So, a young boy staggers into your camp. Once he regains his breath, he tells you that a small group of bandits raided his village and seized the headman as a hostage. The villagers saw you riding through the countryside and thought you might be able to help them. Troubled waters. Throughout your travels, you overheard hushed conversations about a new menace, a pirate confederacy terrorizing the coast of Caladria. These northern corsairs have built their reputation for trading in captives and bandits and raiders such as the ones who attacked your family. Do you want to go to Astrakhan now to try and pick up your sister's trail and embark on the hunt across the seas of Caladria? Yes. This is related to the DLC. More tutorials on raising kids without having to get married. Shh. Where are we? Oh, we didn't even look really at that. Boy. So the map definitely looks different. I want to say it looks different. I can't zoom out far enough or move it around, but it looks different to me. Okay, so Gimpy's inventory. So there's this casual clothing. There's... Oh, wait a minute. There's a third one? Oh, we've got a stealth outfit now. That's new stuff. Sax and a falchion. And a stone for throwing at people. That's the Dragon Banner stuff. That's really this main storyline. It's a battle and civilian. So we got a rope-bound shield, a Denger axe, and a spear. Oh, we have a horse, though. Got a horse. Harness, we're good there. Questing stuff. So establish a clan. Stuff. Can't be screwed by name. Keep your own. Villagers in need. Boy came to your camp. We know this. That. Okay. Build character. Keep already leveled up on one of these things. Probably should work on medicine. Always good to have a little bit of medicine. If you leave town, you can zoom out far enough and, yeah, keep your city moved a little bit. Oh, okay, so it's because I'm in town, it does not let me stuff. So, again, screwed up on Gimpy's name, but it's okay. It's okay. Take a walk around the town center and talk to this loser. Gang needs recruits. Gang needs recruits. Talk.
You wanted to see me for something?
I'm Gimpy. Who the hell are you? I'm Oppo, and there's some know me as Rancid Oppo. That's term of respect, by the way. Sure it is. Heard you may need some help with a problem. As you don't know, there's rough work, and I've lost a lot of good lads lately. I haven't had much luck replacing them. I need men who understand how things work in our business, and that's not always easy to find. I could use bandits and looters. They usually know their stuff, but if I take them in as prisoners, they'll just slip away as soon as I get the chance. I need volunteers. What do you need from me? I know that warriors like you can sometimes recruit bandits to your party. Some of these men might want to take their chances working for me. Some more comfortable in living in town. Any other way? You can also send me a recruiter, a trustworthy companion. Nah, I'm not going to recruit bandits. I don't like doing that. I wish to buy your smithy, though. How much? 22,000 to buy a smithy. No. Oh, this is an actual city, that's why. It's not an actual... It's not a little town. It's not a village. It's an actual city. Okay, go to the port. You're strolling through Ostakin's streets when you hear the Gray's voices coming from a side alley. You turn to look and see three rough-looking men accosting an older man in a cloak. His gaze shifts quickly from one to the other, and his body is tensed, as though he's going to spring into action. You sense a fight is about to start. Oh, guess we're joining that fight. Tutorial. Dun, dun, dun.
Listen, you lot, I'm in a bit of a hurry. If I give you a penny each, will you stop pestering me,
You're Gunnar of Lagshofen, aren't you? We've got a message from the Sea Hounds for you.
You've got a message from those curs. Out with it, then. What's your message?
The message is that you will die, you damn fool!
Hey, that's not nice.
And how should I die, then? Of old age? While you three work up the courage to attack a wizened graybeard? Go on. You've delivered your message. Now scamper off.
We'll send you down to the Pale One's hungry holes right now. Kill him, boys!
Ow.
You pansy, get back in there and fight.
I didn't save him, or did I?
By my blood.
I did save him.
Damn, that hurts. Ugh. I think I'm all right, though. Thank you. I am Gunnar of Lagshoven, from the Nordvig lands. I've come to this port seeking warriors and a ship. These men we fought were allies of a pirate gang who called themselves the Sea Hounds. They have been raiding and slaving along the Nordvig's shores, and I intend to go to war with them.
Hey Jeff, welcome back. Trying to make her proud.
The Sea Hounds and I have history, and nowadays they hate my guts as fiercely as I hate theirs. Somebody must have sent word of my whereabouts to their local friends, as these lowlifes had a mind to do me in. Again, you have my thanks for evening the odds.
They slave raids. My brother and sister were taken and what?
I know what it's like to lose family to slavers. If you're still searching, look to the Sea Hounds. They've got their hands in most of the slaving that happens along these coasts.
Okay, Yoda Jeff. Who are these Sea Hounds?
It's hard to believe now, but they were once my brothers in arms. Years ago, we fought side by side in the last great rebellion in the north. Most of the clans and many freemen like myself refused to bow to Volbjörn the Usurper, as he was then called. But Volbjörn knew how to speak to men's desires. He won over the bigger clans with promises of land and silver. And when summer came and he brought a fleet to give us battle, he had with him so many longships that their sails covered the horizon. We still fought them, of course, but their numbers were too many to beat.
There's so much to hunt them.
They dishonor what we fought for. I'm no stranger to battle. I'll kill when I must, but they murder for pleasure, thinking the All-Father rewards bloodthirst. He wants warriors, not hounds.
What are you doing now?
I mean to gather up some of my kin and friends to go against the Sea Hounds. Just a few days ago, I ran into an old comrade of mine here in Ostikan. He is called Puri, and he happens to own a fast ship. He promised to help me capture a Sea Hound ship and put together a crew. So, I'm going to make you a proposal. Perhaps you'd like to come with us. I can't guarantee we'll find your kin, but I can promise a good fight. And if we win, a bit of fine loot. And, well, if you'd ever had an interest in learning how to handle a ship, you won't find any better school than these northern seas.
I'll join you and we can hunt together.
You can find Purig in the tavern and introduce yourself. I should go get myself cleaned up and get ready to travel.
Stop. Okay, so go to the tavern district. Handling a ship, this can end well. Oh, it'd end pretty well. Gaining companions, you can see portraits of NPCs in the bar. Bavin the Loud. I don't think we're going to be able to afford him. Visit in the tavern. Yes, we're playing it right now, Taco. Townsman. I guess I should have went right to just talking to him. Oh, just clicked on him. Ransom broker. Sisterhood. There's Puri. How does it feel? I just did start it. Way too soon.
So, who are you then?
After Garnet a fight, he said he planned to sail with you.
Oh, a fight, you say? Gunnar and you won, huh? He's alive?
Yes, we defeated 3 Sea Hounds. Now I wish to sail with you. We won, and now I wish to join you against our common enemy. defeat 3 Sea Hounds, and I wish to sail with you.
Well, good for you two. Gunnar is a tough old goat and rather hard to kill. I shall have to ask him about it when I get the chance, so... Yes, I agreed to help him in his little feud with the Sea Hounds. For old time's sake, I've got my ship and men ready to sail. If you're indeed of a mind to go with us, I'm happy to take you. But I've only got room for you. So if you've got any traveling companions, you'll need to leave them in this port. I'm sure you'll be back soon to rejoin them, safe and sound.
It'd be better if my men could come along as well. Did you also fight in this rebellion with Gunnar? Very well. Did you also fight in this rebellion?
I did. We started out as young men with nothing but our swords, our sweet mistress to see, whispering promises of wealth and glory in our ears. We served no kings and had no lords, and those were fine times. Ah, all Gunnar says they're even worse than the king and the Jarls we fought, preying upon the farmers and the fishermen of the coast. There's no honor in attacking the weak, he told me so many times. And he's right, of course, but it's just so much easier to take their wealth.
So that what he said did not match the text. Just want to point that out. That did not match. They're even worse than the king and the Jarls we fight, preying upon the farmers and fishermen of the coast. There's no honor in attacking the weak. He told me so many times, and he's right, of course. It's just that it's so much easier to take their wealth. So the first part he didn't say, but this is what he actually said, I think. Very well. I'll make ready to sail.
Come down to the ship with me then. Wind and tide are with us, and I won't tarry long.
My brothers, I hope this letter finds you well. I told you that I might soon ask you to join me in Ostikan. That time has now come. Let me tell you what has befallen me since we last parted. I have been trying to gather warriors here to help us fight the Sea Hounds. I was lucky to find one very capable and brave soul who came to my help when they ambushed me in an alley. This warrior has a sister who was enslaved along this coast and agreed to join me in my hunt, in the hope of learning more about her whereabouts. I had planned to sail out of Ostikan with our old comrade, Purig. I considered myself very fortunate to have found him. Here was a warrior with a ship who shared my hatred of the Sea Hounds, ready to sail with me. But I had misjudged him. He was instead the lowest form of traitor, a man whose feigned camaraderie concealed a contempt for all that we value. The first night on the open sea, we were woken up by Purig's men holding knives to our throats. Purig had struck a deal with the Sea Hounds, and he intended to hand me over to them to be tortured and killed. He was always ambitious, and seemed eager to win favor with what he imagined to be a new power in the north. I am sorry, old friend, he said, but the Sea Hounds are strong and rich, and I think you always wanted to die spitting defiance at your foes. This was the last he spoke to me. His men chained us to the oars. The sea was calm and the weather hot. They made us row hard, and we suffered greatly as we cruised the coast looking for merchantmen. Presumably Purig wished to appear before the Sea Hounds with a prize or two in his hands to make more of an impression. In this way, his plan was undone by his greed. On the third day, we came across a stubby trading Knar and gave chase. As we closed, the Knar's crew first started to dump their cargo and then their own selves as the pirates were shooting them with their bows. Eventually, we caught the Knar. Purig sent us as oar slaves to his prize, alongside some crew who hadn't jumped, with some pirates to guard us as he gathered up all the floating cargo. That was a mistake. His men found some casks of wine aboard the Knar and failed to chain us properly. Purig's Nekja by then was some distance away, and we realized that if we wanted to end our miserable ordeal, we'd never get a better opportunity.
Ta-da.
Your chain is loose. It's now or never. Get up and strike them down.
But I don't want to. And because Veronica's going to tell me to take a break here any second. So so we don't interrupt anything gameplay-wise, we're going to take a quick little break. I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, that kind of thing. I'll be back in a few minutes to continue on to a little story here. See how it goes. And yes, now we have cutscenes, Ring. They're new. They're done.
Hello, Gimpy.
There we go.
It is time to take a break. Go get some more water while you are up. This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support or type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Okay, so take a break and accept cutscenes now because the story. And I think it's just because they've taken the. I'm not familiar. I wasn't expecting this in the DLC. I'm not against it, but I definitely wasn't expecting it because this doesn't happen in the vanilla game because there's a little storyline here, which is somewhat connected to, sort of. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. So we'll follow it and go from there. But anyway, be back in a few minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video, not a cutscene.